Another former TERI employee has spoken out now against sexual harassment by RK Pachauri, another woman who was also subjected to sexual harassment by Pachauri while at TERI has now decided to break her silence and speak out. Rhythm Anand Bhardwaj joins us for the latest on this. Now, Rhythm, after another employee of TERI had in fact come out and said that he was under pressure to try and protect RK Pachauri, now we have another woman who's speaking out against sexual harassment by the same man.
A 5-page statement, Tina, being given by the second victim of sexual harassment. In fact, she approached the Delhi police twice through her lawyers to tell them to record her statement. However, they refused to do so. When she has spoken with us, she's telling us that I am not going to be filing a complaint as of now because I know what's happened in the first victim's case and I don't want the same repeated. However, I am ready to be a credible witness in that state. The Delhi police still has to come to me, which they haven't till now. Now, remember, Tina, this is coming at a time when this 5-page statement very clearly says that she was also threatened that if, in fact, she at TERI did not follow what Dr. Pachauri said, then he had several influential people all over the country and they would try and stop her promotion in any way whatsoever. She also gives out very similar details to the complaint that has been filed, Tina, by the first victim, where she talks about how she used to be called to his office early in the morning when there were no other staff people around. She talks about how there were sexually suggestive names that were given to her, nicknames rather, and she could not do anything. She spoke about how, he used to ask her how her husband spoke to her. She spoke about the fact that even when she used to be there, she used to say, I used to be called to conferences even when I was not needed, and later on I was told to come in the same car as RK Pachauri. The questions that are also being raised by TERI's alumni, even as we are speaking about the second victim who's suddenly come out and she's speaking out. Remember, she's been speaking and in consultation with her lawyer, Vrinda Grover, since a long time now, is that why is TERI promoting him to be super boss at a time when the second complainant is speaking out? The 5-page complaint by her also says, on one occasion he called me to his 6th floor office to discuss work. They discussed office work for 5 minutes and the rest of the work was just flirtation that was happening there. She says, once I was told attend a conference with me. She also says he used to call me on my personal mobile number once or twice a week during non-office hours, ask me what I'm doing. On several occasions, he could ask me intrusive questions about my personal life, about my husband being out of town, about being suggestive. He used to ask and make comments about what she was wearing, about whether her husband had given her a particular dress. He made constant attempts to even meet her outside the office. At another point, she says he used to call me to his room on the pretext of discussing work, but often the conversation about work was brief and attempts were made to come close to my body or hold my hand. Despite having communicated to him repeatedly, I did not like the sexual advances. He continued to make verbal and physical advances. This caused me worry. It affected my ability to work. And remember, the kind of worry she's talking about in this 5-page statement is so reminiscent of what the complaint before the Delhi police of the first victim is, Tina, that it's almost very resembling. And I've spoken to both of them. They haven't even spoken to each other about this, but yet the complaint and the contours of the complaints are very similar.
It's very, very serious, Rhythm, that a second victim has come forth, is talking about it with this 5-page statement. But it's extremely important to note here that she's not filing a complaint right now because of what has happened with the first victim and how poorly she's been treated by TERI and how she's really not got any justice. That's why this victim doesn't want to come forth.
Absolutely. And Tina, remember, even as we are saying this, she had contacted her lawyer last year itself. The complaint, the first FIR was filed on 18th of February. Roughly a week later, on 26th of February, instantly at that time, she had spoken with her lawyer. There was a follow-up letter. 2 letters were sent to the police commissioner on the 7th of April last year itself. That means within 2 months of the first complaint. This is not a complaint by the second victim that is coming as an afterthought or maybe after a year. Within 1.5 months of that complaint, there was a request sent to the DCP Premnath on 26th of February itself and later on to the police commissioner that she wanted her statement recorded. However, that didn't happen. The police never came and approached her. Finally now, Vrinda Grover has gone on record and made these statements public, and she has said that this particular victim had joined TERI way back in 2003. So we're talking about 2003. The second victim is talking about harassment at roughly 2013 to 2014. 2003 means this first complaint is talking about something that happened a decade back. Are we seeing a serial offender here? We don't know. But according to both these people, there are several women who've been harassed. But this is an allegation that they are making. Nothing to confirm that. But yes, what is on record right now is the first victim's statement is on record.
Yes.
first victim's FIR as well as other statements, and now the second victim also releasing her 5-page statement.
Right.